Hello, my lovelies. Happy Monday. We are going to do a collective reading. As you can tell, probably I sound really congested. I am battling a little bit of a cold, so apologies if I sound terrible in the video. I can't tell if it's allergies or a cold right now, so we're just going to try and wing it and get through the readings this week. Hopefully in the next couple of days I'll be feeling better. I won't be going live probably too much until I get all this stuff cleared up. It's been affecting my throat and my voice keeps cutting in and out. So hopefully we don't actually lose my voice. So we're gonna go fire, water, air, and earth. Check the timestamps in the comments for your sign. We're gonna start with the sign of Aries. All right, Aries, so let's see what we've got going for you. Your focus this week is on strength. So that can be inner strength, that can be gaining some wisdom someplace. What's funny is this is a brand new deck. I've only had it a couple of days. There is some sort of bird, let's see. Looks like a hawk, and it's holding the infinity symbol. So if you see a hawk in your regular 3D world, I feel like that's going to be a sign for you. Infinity means that, you know, it goes on forever, right? It doesn't end. It's infinite. I feel like Spirit's trying to show you how strong you actually are. What's funny is you go from strength to the 10 of Cups. So I do feel like for some of you, you've had to endure something. Maybe it was a marriage that wasn't great. It could have been something else, but you've had to be incredibly strong in order to get to your happily ever after. And I do feel like that's coming for you. What else? Yeah, you've had to endure a lot of battles. What's funny is there's a badger here, and badgers are pretty tough. Like, they don't have really any natural predators, I don't think. So they're very challenging to get rid of or kill. So I feel like that could be your energy as well, that it's challenging for you to maybe get rid of something that's not working in your life. I feel like you could be quite persistent should you want to be as well. Yeah. You're challenged to close out old cycles this week. You're challenged to let go of all the things that don't serve your highest good. The world tells us that there's divine intervention that's occurring. You need to see this from a different vantage point. If you look at the top corner, there's an eagle up there. So I feel like Spirit's trying to get you to see a situation that's been a big struggle in your life completely different this week. Yes, there's some stubborn energy, and that's where you need the courage. You also have to look at things differently and shift your perspective to set yourself free from whatever this happens to be. I feel like you need to focus your energy on practical matters and healing. I feel like whether that's work, a job, a situation, you need to focus your energy on practical, tangible things this week. And that's going to help create the balance in your life. So finances, balancing things that maybe you've been juggling. So be logical about how you approach the situation. Watch out for any sort of opponents that are, you know, cold, harsh, abrasive, things like that. But it does look like things start to shift for you. You do have more money coming in, so I don't know anybody who couldn't use that. But the Six of Pentacles says that you're also going to be able to share the wealth or spread it around, be charitable to other people. So let go of the conflict, whether it's at home or someplace else. I feel like you need to find a peaceful resolution. And the King of Wands. So I do feel like you are going to actually triumph over these difficulties. I feel like you're really bold, you're courageous. You have like lion energy in several of your cards here. The Strength card, you have it in the World card, you have it in the King of Wands. So I feel like a lion could be really significant for you, as well as there's some other little creature down here. I'm not sure what those are. I'd have to look at the guidebook. But these funny little spiked creatures, of course it's not going to want to show up. They look like they could be little salamanders or something. They almost look like little dragons. So make sure you're not breathing fire this week. I feel like that could be important. And you have to put in the work where it's required. So make sure that that is something that you're doing this week. I feel like all in all, it's going to be a really good week for you, but you are going to have some challenges. And it does matter this time how you actually approach the situation and kind of what you do going forward. So close out the old chapters in your life that aren't serving your highest good and go towards your happiness. Be willing to put in the work wherever it's required because it leads to a payoff for you. Sagittarius, let's see what's going on for you this week. What does Sag need to know? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's happening for Sag? Ooh, Ten of Pentacles. Okay, that's a heck of a way to start your week off, right? You might be coming into some sort of abundance. There could be some sort of signing of a legal contract or agreement. Things like, they're telling me alimony, how weird. I feel like there could be some sort of contract that could have to do with marriage. Things like prenuptial agreements, things like that, lottery wins, inheritance, things like that. But you are coming into quite a bit of wealth and abundance. Love that for you. Okay, what else does Sag need to know? Five of Swords. So there's been some sort of confusion. Maybe it's around money, but there's also this kind of push and pull energy. So you want to make sure you can find the balance. You're going to be called to take action someplace this week. So you're going to have to find your courage and bravery. I feel like this is part of your transformation as well, as maybe you've been a pushover for too long. And so Spirit's trying to guide you away from that energy and to stand your ground, to defend yourself if you feel like you need to. The Page of Wands tells us that you also need to have a little bit more fun. You could be in really solitary energy right now as well. But I feel like you also need to kind of evaluate the things that are going on, especially in your work life. Is this job what you want it to be? Is it paying the bills? Is it worth your time? Or do you need to maybe go in a different direction? You do have a wish fulfillment that's coming in as well. I feel like Spirit's also going to call you to take action, go towards that. For some of you, you could be in your divine masculine energy, or you could be meeting your divine masculine. The Emperor is also a card that tells us that there's something that's going to help to stabilize your life. It could be a person, it could be money that's coming in, that is stabilizing influence. So there's news coming in. I feel like it has to do with finances. Trust your instincts and intuition on all of these aspects. And I do feel like it leads to abundance for you. And so you potentially do have new love coming in, or somebody that has a crush on you. So big money changes coming in for you, Sagittarius, this week. So make wise decisions. You could also be meeting somebody that you enter into a partnership or a contract of some sort with. So use your instincts this week and know that these challenges are actually helping you to get back on track and to balance things out financially for you. Leos, let's see what's happening for you this week. What's going on for Leos? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ooh, Queen of Wands. All right. So she is a master manifester. She's also somebody who takes bold action. She's not afraid to go after what it is that she wants. However, you do have some sort of toxic cycle person or situation around, and it's really important that you start to let go of those things. We don't want to get caught in these repetitive cycles, right? We want to close those out so something better can come in. I feel like you're going to travel, move, or relocate as well. And I do think you need to be cautious of an adversary, an opponent. Could be a partnership. The King of Swords is really intelligent, but he can be a little cold and hard to deal with. You do have some sort of victory coming for you. You could really be in the spotlight for some reason or another this week. I feel like you have new energy coming in, but you've been working towards this for a while. So you've been working towards a goal or some sort of achievement, and now you're about to be publicly seen or recognized. This also helps to create some balance in your life when you let go of the toxic cycles, and it's going to take some strength so that we close this out once and for all. Put in the work where it's required, whether that's at your job or someplace else. I feel like you also are going to be well rewarded for the hard work that you put in. You are moving towards building some sort of legacy or empire. The King of Pentacles tells us slow and steady wins the race. Don't rush things. There is news of a job coming in or travel potentially related to a job. You could also be receiving some sort of unexpected visitor at your door. This person might be coming in offering you their cup of love. I feel like it's taken a lot of courage for them to come forward. And the Queen of Cups, you might want to be gentle with this one. I feel like this person's very hesitant to come forward because they know that there could be competition. I feel like this person also sees you in a very good light and that they want to come forward and offer you their heart. So you have a lot of beautiful energy coming in. You have the potential for fame and fortune coming. You have the potential for new love coming in. And you have the potential for fresh starts and new beginnings if you close out the old nasty cycles in your life. So it's always a choice. Choose if you close them or repeat them. Cancers, let's see what's going on for you. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ooh, the Lovers. Okay, so you could have a choice needing to be made about love. I do feel like this person has eyes only for you. I feel like there's this burning passion between the two of you. So we've got to let go of some sort of heavy burden that we've carried for far too long. Maybe it's a love relationship that just isn't well suited for you that you're trying to let go of. But there's some sort of celebration, happiness, or positive change coming in. Maybe you're celebrating new love. Maybe you're celebrating letting go of heavy burdens, birthdays, parties, anniversaries, celebratory news. Your money is also improving. You're recovering from injury, illness, or surgery. Maybe leaving somebody out in the cold if they were the burden that you were carrying. So some past cycles could be coming up. We are going to be entering Mercury in retrograde. I know, I'm sorry. Happens several times a year. It lasts for about 3 weeks. We'll get through it like we always do. Venus is also retrograde, so no major changes to your appearance during this time, and no major changes in love necessarily unless you read the fine print, meaning you need to understand what you're getting yourself into before you agree to anything, so make sure that you do. I do feel like you're feeling really nostalgic. Maybe it's about a past love. We have Judgment in the reverse. Interesting. So I feel like there could be some challenges in letting go of this toxic cycle. I also feel like the divine is trying to show you that maybe this is toxic. Maybe you didn't see that to begin with. And I feel like Judgment in the reverse tells us we need to shift our perspective and see things differently because you have a divine counterpart that could be coming in. I feel like for some of you, you're going to be choosing between two people, a past person and a new person coming in. Interesting. So we need to plan or set some goals for the future so we can achieve those. For some of you, it includes marriage, commitment, stability. I feel like you are working towards building a solid, stable foundation in love. Maybe you didn't have that in the past with a past relationship. The wait is almost over. Your ships are starting to come in. This could be something or someone that you've manifested, especially if it's a twin flame or divine counterpart. Remember, endings bring in new beginnings. So what do you need to let go of so you can kind of clear the path and open the door for this new opportunity to come in? I do think that it's going to be a good one for you, but you have to be willing to let go of the past first, right? Death is symbolic for change and transformation. So I feel like you have a lot of changes that are trying to come in. You have to be willing to actually let go of something in order to get to the new. Pisces, let's see what's going on for you. What's happening for my Pisces? Justice. Okay. Interesting. You could be dealing with a Libra, legal issues, the justice system in some way, shape, or form. Lady Justice is always wielding a sword, right? She's got the scales and the sword. So there's something in your life that needs balance. It could be legal issues being resolved in a positive way. It could be that you're dealing with some sort of courts, contracts, things like that that are resolved. It could be that Spirit's trying to get you to actually let go of something. Haha. And we're about to get some truth or clarity in that situation. I also feel like Spirit's giving you kind of an aha moment, a breakthrough, some sort of epiphany in order for you to see what really maybe needs to be eliminated. Things that need change in your life. What else? Yep. And you've got to see it differently in order to set yourself free. So Spirit's about to give you a major breakthrough, but it's going to take some strength to let go of what doesn't serve your highest good. You are strong enough to do that. I feel like you really need to dig deep and find your courage. Wow, it leads to some major breakthroughs financially for you. What is it that you're afraid of? Because I feel like that's the area that Spirit's going to kind of try and illuminate for you this week. When I first started doing readings for people, courage was my biggest hurdle. I had so much fear about being seen. I had so much fear about my messages not resonating or people, just a million things. And so I had to overcome that fear that was holding me back, that was blocking my intuition. So where in your life do you need to find your courage and your strength and realize that you're enough? Because I feel like it's going to be illuminated. For some of you, I feel like it has to do with work, career, or finances. You could also be coming into money. There could be some sort of inheritance coming in, lottery win, things like that. But I do feel like there is something to do with courts or contracts. You could even be being offered some sort of contract for a new job that pays more than you have ever been paid in your life. So be open to new opportunities, Pisces. Yeah. Okay. So it's going to take teamwork to make the dream work. There's some sort of collaboration that's coming to light. I feel like you also need to make sure that you are connected to Spirit, and that Spirit's going to guide you where you need to be, especially towards love. So you could be solidifying a relationship, dissolving a relationship, but there's some sort of choice that needs to be made here. And I feel like this person could be spying on you. Could also even be potential employers that are maybe looking at things like your social media or trying to kind of feel you out, so to speak, before they come forward with an offer. The Hierophant tells us that marriage and ascension are also prospects. Sorry, this cold is awful. Pisces, I feel like you are going towards love and commitment, and Spirit keeps throwing out the word holy matrimony. You're going towards marriage with your true person, but I feel like you have to make a conscious decision of what you want. Yep. Do you want toxic or do you want healthy? Because Pisces, let's face it, we get scammed by so many people that claim to be really good for us, and then they turn out to be the devil in disguise. And they're playing that song in my head. I don't know who sings that. I'm just hearing something about they're the devil in disguise. So be careful with who you're getting involved with. Don't get suckered by shiny objects this week, Pisces. Make sure you keep your wits about you. But for some of you, you are going towards love and commitment. And for some of you, you might have been married to the devil in the past. A little bit of pun intended. But for some of you, like, it literally felt like you were married to the devil, like toxic, abusive, violent, just not a good situation. So Spirit's trying to give you an opportunity to make major abundance in your life, but it's going to require strength and courage for you to get there. So there is some sort of new opportunity that's coming in. For some of you, it has to do with finances. Maybe you marry into money. For others of you, I feel like you're leaving something that's really toxic. It could be a partnership or marriage that's no good. For others of you still, I feel like there is abundance that's coming in, and Spirit's trying to show you exactly how good life can be. So are you willing to close out those old chapters to get to the good stuff this week? You will have to decide. Scorpio, let's see what's happening for you. That was quick. All right, you have somebody that's got a crush on you, or vice versa, you have a crush on somebody else. I feel like you might be energetically tethered to this person, and I do think that it's coming in quick. This person or you has done a lot of inner work to get to be a page to an emperor. So your divine counterpart could be coming into your life. They're playing I came in like a wrecking ball in my head, Miley Cyrus. If you look at this card, there's like a meteor falling from the sky. So I feel like this could be quite a big change in your life. I feel like this person brings balance into your life. They're also quite stubborn, so I feel like they give you a run for your money, where you could be a little stubborn and kind of fight things off. I feel like this person's like, oh, how cute. They think they're so powerful. The Nine of Cups tells us you have a wish fulfillment coming in that brings a lot of happiness, and this could also bring some balance into your life. So Temperance is divinely guided interference, divinely guided help. We'll put it that way. It's not necessarily interference. This could be your person. The Ten of Cups definitely tells us that we're going towards love and commitment. The world's all about closing out old chapters, triumphing over difficulties, and beginning something new. And I feel like money's going to improve for you. Illness, injury, recovery, definitely. You could be leaving somebody out in the cold. Hiccups for confirmation. I do feel like you are transforming right now. You also have to make some sort of decision. So see it for what it is. Know that the divine's going to help you. Trust your instincts and intuition. The High Priestess has all the answers if she just seeks them out. You do have a wish fulfillment coming in. For some of you, it is a person, and there will be some confusion. Trust your instincts. You're closing out a difficult chapter. The Queen of Swords tells us that you need to cut off things that are no good for you. So I feel like by making that clear decision of what you want and what you don't want, it allows these opportunities to come in. I do feel like for some of you, it's going to be a really exciting week for you. I feel like you have a lot of happy things coming in, but you also have some decisions to make. So remember, cut off the things that aren't good for you and go towards the things that bring you the ultimate happiness. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what's happening for you this week. 7 of Wands. All right, you need some strong boundaries. Do you feel like you're the world's doormat some days? Do you feel like people just kind of push over on you, you know, that you never seem to really get your point across? I feel like you really need to draw that line in the sand and you need to stick to your boundaries, because otherwise people are just going to see you as a pushover and they're going to walk all over you, and that's not what you want. You're looking for some sort of stability, especially in love. I do feel like that's coming. I feel like you could also be a twin flame on the journey, or you could be seeing 1111 telling you you're on the right path. There's some sort of solid or stable offer or commitment that's coming in. I do feel like you need to also follow your passions. The Ace of Wands is all about, you know, passion, creativity. You might have a passionate new encounter with someone, and Spirit's telling me honeymoon. So maybe, you know, it's your honeymoon that you're going on. So what else do we have? Knight of Swords. You're going to have to take action somewhere. Spirit's going to prompt you to do so, wherever that happens to be. Gather your courage. It's time for you to close out some cycles and to start something new. Travel, movement, relocation. This is divine intervention to help you along your journey right now. What else? 2 of Wands. Yeah, lots of travel, lots of movement. I feel like you're going in a new direction. The 2 of Wands is also a card indicating that you need to kind of plan for the future. Again, I feel like you're going to be moving or traveling. There's definitely a lot of movement going on in your cards. All right, something's ending with the Death card. You're going through transformation. There's lots of things that could be changing in your life. They need to close out those old cycles. Planning or setting some goals for the future. We're going into Mercury in retrograde. That is all about, it's all about a process of, you know, evaluating what's working and seeing what's not and making adjustments or changes as necessary. So during that time, it's a great time to plan or set some goals, but you don't want to necessarily act on those until it's over with, unless you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. So try not to sign any sort of contracts or legal agreements. And if you have to, make sure you read the fine print and you know exactly what you're in for. So it's best if you can push that off a couple of weeks. All right, the Queen of Wands tells us that you might be a master manifester. So some of these changes you might have actually brought in yourself. She's also somebody who commands kind of the room, and she gets a lot of attention, good or bad. So use that to your advantage. There could be some sort of news about job change, money coming in, an unexpected visitor. Hopefully it's not a wedding crasher. And the 2 of Cups. You definitely could be thinking about long-term marriage and commitment. You might have found your forever person. So you've got to make some choices this week. You got to decide what it is that you want. I feel like the biggest thing is you're contemplating the future, who and what you want to do, right? So make some wise choices. You might be moving, traveling, relocating, changing jobs, getting married. It's a lot of stress. So take a few days to think about it before you pull the trigger and decide. But Spirit's going to call you to take action somewhere this week, and it could lead to a lot of blessings for you. Libras, there we go. Libras with the B, not a V. Spirit's got jokes. I'm tripping over my words already, and we haven't even hit Mercury retrograde yet, so this should be fun. All right, Libra, what do we need to see for the next 7 days? What's happening for you? Ooh, the Empress. All right, this could be your energy or a partner's energy. Remember, the Empress stands for abundance, creation, the softer side of things. She's nurturing, she's protective, and she's like a big mama bear. She also embodies all 4 of the queens. So loving, creative, nurturing, skeptical, and grounded. So what else do we need to know for Libras? All right, Knight of Wands. So you could be called to take action someplace. Remember that in tarot, nights bring news. So there's some sort of news coming in quickly. Could be from a divine counterpart. Could be a wish fulfillment for some of you. It could be about a job or a raise, promotion, more money coming in, some unexpected money coming to you, enough to be charitable to others. There is new love coming in for some of you. It is a divine counterpart, meaning that it's somebody who's meant to be in your life. You do need to rest and recharge. I said last week I was going to take some time off, and now I'm fighting a cold. So I really will be taking some time off this week to rest and recharge. You need to do the same. There's some sort of burnout that's coming if you don't take good care of you. So make sure that that is a priority. There will be a choice that needs to be made when it comes to love. For some of you, it leads to a wish fulfillment, but it does require strength and courage to face your fears in order to do so. You may have already dealt with a broken heart. Maybe the person that you thought was your forever person turned out to be a snake. Maybe it's somebody that really hurt you. Maybe you're dealing with grief, loss, and mourning. Whatever those things happen to be for you, you need to go towards healing. The Magician tells us that you're creating your reality, so think positive, especially if you're manifesting. Our thoughts become things. We want it to be positive things that we're pulling in. Trust your instincts and intuition, especially where it comes to love. I do feel like you are creating a lot of things in your life right now and you want it to be positive, so trust your intuition. There's your energy with Justice. I feel like you're also going towards some sort of courts, contracts, or some sort of legal issues being resolved. Maybe it has to do with money. Maybe it has to do with love. For some of you, you could be signing some sort of legal agreement or contract. Be cautious and make sure you know who and what you're getting involved with. The biggest thing I see here is you need to be open to change. Some of this you are bringing about with manifesting. Trust your instincts and intuition and choose wisely, but don't forget to rest. I feel like things can be extremely busy for you. Make rest a priority so you don't reach burnout. It's going to be important. Aquarius, my aqua sauce, what's happening for you in the next 7 days? Stability in your love life. So there could also be marriage and commitment, something that you're celebrating. If you're single as a Pringle, maybe you're attending somebody else's ceremony. You might meet somebody there. Wow, the Empress. Okay, you could be meeting a divine counterpart. Male or female, doesn't matter in tarot. The Empress is nurturing. She's empathetic. She's somebody that is a creator. So there could be pregnancy announcements, things like that coming in as well. Divine intervention with Temperance, restoring the balance. Could also be a reconciliation between somebody. What else do we need to see? Four of Cups, an unexpected offer. Somebody might get a surprise proposal. And I feel like it's divinely guided. I don't feel like this Empress has any idea that it's coming in. What else? It's time to let go of a heavy burden that you've been carrying for a long time. Maybe some of you are getting out of a relationship. Wow. And some of you are getting in one. We have a divine counterpart pair. So I've been saying it for the last 1.5 years that twin flames and divine counterparts are going to all start coming into union between 2024 and 2026. It's part of the 5D collective shift. If you don't know what that is, please do your own research. But I do feel like there is a karmic in the mix. So I feel like you're dealing with two energies. I feel like one of them is somebody that you're supposed to be with, and the other one is kind of cold, harsh, and abrasive. I also feel like this person is quite intelligent, so it can be really difficult to pull the wool over their eyes or to actually get away with anything. Not that you're trying to do that, right? You're not, right? You do have a wish fulfillment that's coming in, Aquarius. The Star card is your energy. I do feel like some of this you've manifested and some of this you haven't. I also feel like the Star tells us that all good things come to those who wait. It happens in divine timing, but Spirit's trying to get you to see what's good for you and what's not. You have a new job opportunity coming in that leads to abundance as well. Trust your instincts and intuition. You're a smart cookie. Tap into that energy. The Knight of Swords tells us somebody needs to take action and be brave to go forward. Happiness, marriage, commitment, fulfillment, joy, a fresh start, a new beginning, and it leads to some sort of legacy that maybe you're trying to build. I feel like you need to focus on what's most important to you this week. Focus on your happiness. What are those things that bring you the happiness that you crave? I do feel like you have two people in your energy that both love you, that both want to be with you. So you are going to have to take some sort of action and pick one because you can't have both. And I feel like for some of you, you're going towards marriage and commitment with one. And for others of you, you're leaving like a karmic partnership behind because you're going towards a wish fulfillment. Virgo, let's see what's going on for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's happening for Virgos? Ooh, you have a victory coming. So this could be public recognition, fame, fortune, reward, but it's something that you have worked very, very tirelessly for. I feel like You're going to be in the spotlight for some reason or another, showcasing your talents. This is all part of divine intervention. I feel like karma is being dealt. I also feel like judgment tells us that there's a change in perspective going on. So there's definitely a lot of big changes happening. For some of you, it could also involve love. Someone might be coming in and expressing their feelings, but you're also letting go of some sort of toxic cycle or heavy burden. We have the Emperor. So you could be stepping into your divine masculine, or a divine masculine could be coming into your life. The Emperor symbolizes fatherhood. He's also like a stabilizing influence. He's somebody that takes action. He makes bold moves, but they're calculated. And I do feel like it's towards love. So you have to make a choice. I feel like for some of you, it's so important that you shift your perspective and see things differently, that there's still something to salvage. Not all hope is lost. And Spirit's going to kind of give you the clarity or the truth that you need to let go of what doesn't serve you and to go forward towards something more balanced. So there is something you're juggling here that you need to make a choice or a decision. I feel like you also need to take action somewhere, and Spirit's going to guide your steps to do so. You do have a wish fulfillment that's coming in. For some of you, it has to do with love, and there is a celebration coming in. So birthdays, parties, anniversaries, but some sort of good news. So it looks like you have a lot of big changes coming this week. Embrace the change, go with the flow, and make a fucking decision where you need to, or Spirit's going to make it for you. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's happening for the Bull Gang? What's happening this week? Thank you. Oh, 10 of Cups and the Lovers. Did you meet your person? Are you thinking about marriage and commitment? Because you're going to have to make a choice when it comes to love and commitment. Yeah, someone's expressing how they feel. It could even be a proposal for some. And I feel like it leads to a solid, stable commitment or a union. Interesting. All right, what else is happening for Taurus this week? Wow, you have the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles? Okay. All right, what you got going on? So the World tells us that you're closing out old cycles to get to something new. I feel like you're going to have love and money. Love and money, stability, communication, closing out the old to get to the new so you don't have to juggle anymore. You're finding the stability that you crave. What else? 3 of Swords. Okay, we're overcoming some sort of heartbreak, pain, grief, loss, mourning to get to our healing. The Hermit tells us that shadow work is definitely needed. So if you aren't doing that, do the shadow work, the inner work, so that you don't have to hide who you truly are at your core. Temperance tells us there's some sort of divine intervention that's orchestrating these changes. Reconciliations could be a possibility, and you might have manifested this. The Magician literally abracadabra translates to as I speak, I create. What are you speaking into existence? Are you speaking positive blessings over yourself and others, or are you speaking negativity? Are your thoughts becoming positive things or negative things? You want them to be positive. So stay positive and remember that slow and steady wins the race. The biggest thing I see is that there is a lot of change coming for the collective, especially. There's a lot of change coming, but the inner work is what leads to all this happiness, this prosperity, all these new beginnings, the balance that you crave. And I feel like you are really working on building things for the better. So focus on you, focus on healing, and then make some decisions for what you want for the future, and stay positive in your mindset and how you speak about things, because what you speak about, you bring about. What you think about, you create. So stay positive. But it looks like this week is a big turnaround for some major improvements for you. Capricorns, let's see what's happening for you guys. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Capricorns, what do they need to see this week? What's happening? Page of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. All right, you need to start planning or setting some goals for the future monetarily or career-wise. So the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who I feel like is usually pretty grounded. She's very career focused and business focused, and she's super practical about what she does, but she's building a legacy. And the Page of Cups tells us that this could be a younger water sign, somebody that's coming in to offer you their cup of love. I do feel like you guys are very creative together, so I love that. You also need to have some boundaries. You need to maybe lower your guard once in a while. What's funny is in this deck there is a badger there. And so badgers are pretty That's a weird way of putting it. Spirit says they're kind of built like steel. There's not a lot that gets past them. There's something that that I feel like you need to be cautious of in your energy and protect yourself. But I feel like you're not going to be defeated. Like the honey badger doesn't have a lot of natural enemies or predators, and so it's kind of tenacious, and I feel like that's the energy that you're going to be in this week. All right, the Chariot. Some forward progress is coming in. Travel, movement, relocation, purchasing a vehicle, but some forward progress where things have been really stuck and stagnant. You do have a decision to make, so make sure that you see things for what they are before you decide. And something leaves you in survival mode. We want to get out of that energy. It's very negative. There's been a lot of backstabbing and betrayal, especially in business. I feel like there's been some manipulation there, and we want to be cautious of that. We don't want to continuously be stabbed in the back, so we have to let go, especially once you hit rock bottom. The only way you can go is forward, right? So there's some sort of unexpected financial blessing that's coming in, pay raise, promotion, things like that could be happening where you're able to be generous to others. So plan or set some goals for the future. What do you want? What does it look like? And how do you get it? There is news of a new job opportunity coming. Again, travel, movement, relocation, unexpected visitors coming in, but nights bring news. So there is some news coming in. The King of Cups is somebody that's very nurturing, very empathetic. I usually say he's the ideal father figure because he's trustworthy, loyal, dependable, wears his heart on his sleeve. He's an all-around good guy. So I feel like that's somebody that's in your life or coming in. Do the shadow work. I feel like sometimes we need to close off the rest of the world so we can find out what kind of makes us tick. Where is our inner light? And I feel like you're going to overthink something. So really get to the bottom of it. Why are you overthinking it? Why does it make you feel trapped? And can you find the light so you can get out of the darkness? It's going to be important for you. Honestly, I feel like your week can be pretty good, but I feel like you have a lot of obstacles that are like more of a nuisance that you're going to have to deal with this week. So really important that you see the writing on the wall for what it is. There is some sort of love that's coming in, job prospects or money coming in. You need to have boundaries in certain places, but there is some forward progress to kind of get you out of this really stuck negative energy. So think positive. Remember, don't overthink things, be logical. And I do feel like some of this leads to a new love commitment for you if you want it. There's definitely some love energy that's coming in. I also feel like it's going to be so important for you to see things clearly before you make a decision. So we've got a couple of retrogrades that will be starting at the time that this message plays. So remember, if you can avoid signing any sort of contracts during a retrograde, unless you read the fine print, do so. If you could push it off a little ways. No major like purchases, especially electronics, vehicles, things like that. If you can help it. If you can't, make sure you're getting a good deal, read the fine print, things like that. And it's time to get out of survival mode and go towards something that's so much better. Have a good week, guys. We'll see you soon.